Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 2 math. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 2 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter time. The lessons we are going to cover today are match and analog clocks and time, match digital clocks and time, read clocks and write time, hour and half hour, read clocks and write time, time words, o'clock, half and quarter. So let's just start with the lesson time. Okay, here I am on grade 2 math. We're going to start with the chapter time. Here it is, we are on grade 2 math. Let's just scroll down to time. Here it is. And let's just start with the first lesson, that is match analog clocks and time. So let's just start with the first lesson. Okay, what time does the clock show? So basically you are given with the clock, you have to see what time the clock shows, right? So you can see both the hands are pointing. The shorter hand is the hour hand and the greater one is the minute hand, right? So they both are pointing to 12. That means hour is 12 and 00, right? That means when that minute points directly to the 12, it shows 0 minutes after the hour, right? So the clock shows 12 hours and 0 minutes. Either you can write 0 minutes and you cannot write it's okay, you can just see the clock shows 12. Okay, let's just see another example. Okay, here it is. What time does the clock show? Okay, this one, the smaller key, the shorter hand represents the hour and the larger hand represents the minute. So the shorter hand points to 1 and the larger hand points to 12. That means it is 1 and 1 hour and 0 minute, right? So the clock shows 1 hour and 0 minutes. The clock shows 1, right? The time is 1. Okay, what time does the clock show? Okay, again, both the hands directly point to 12, right? That means the shorter hand is the hour hand and the larger one is the minute hand. So that means it represents 12, right? And 0 minutes. Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, what time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? The shorter one is the hour hand and the greater one is the minutes. So shorter one points to 3. Okay, so it is 3 hours and 0 minutes because the minute the minute hand is pointing to 12, that means it is 0. So it would be just 3 hours and 0 minutes. The correct option is the second one, right? Okay, what time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? Okay, so you can see the shorter one is the hour hand and the larger one is the minute hand. So the shorter one is pointing to 1 and the larger one is pointing to 12. That means it is 1 hour and 0 minutes. So the correct option is option number 1. That would be just 1. Okay, what time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? The hour and the minute hand both are pointing to 12. That means it is 12 and 0 minutes. So option number 3 is the correct option, right? So just look at the both the hands carefully, right? Okay, what time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? Yes, it is 7. The hour hand is pointing to 7 and the minute hand is pointing to 12. That means it is 0. So it is 7 and 0. Okay, what time does the clock show? Which is the correct option? Yes, that is 8 because the hour hand is pointing to 8. So that would be 8. So when you are looking at the time on the analog clock, you just have to look at the hands, the hour hand and the minute hand, right? Like you can see this one, the shorter one is the hour hand and short one is pointing to 3. The greater one is the minute hand and it pointing to 12. Whenever the minute time is the minute pin the minute time is pointing to 12, that means you have 0. So it is 3 and 0 0. Option 1 is the correct option. Okay, what time does the clock show? Which is the correct option? Yes, it is just 4, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is match digital clocks and time, right? Now we're going to learn how do we match, look at the time on the digital clocks, right? So let's just start with the first lesson. Okay, what which clock shows 1:30, right? So which is the correct option? 1:30 means you have 1 hour and 30 minutes, right? After the noon or after midnight. So you can write as 1 hour and 30 minutes, right? The first one always represent the minutes and the second one represents the time. Okay, which clock shows 3:45? Which is the correct option? Yes, it is. The first one shows the 3:45. You can see the first one always show the hour, so it is 3, and then the second one shows the minute, so it would be 3:45. Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, which clock shows 10:30? Which is the correct option, 1 or 2? 10:30 means you have the hours 10 and you have the minutes that is 30. So the correct option is option number 1 because you can see here you have 10 and 30. The correct option is option number 1. Okay, which clock shows 1:30? Which is the correct option, 1 or 2? It would be 1:30. So the second one represents the 1:30. You can see 1 is the hour and 30 is the minute. So it would be the second one, right? Okay, which clock shows 11:30? Which is the correct option, 1 or 2? 11:30. So it would be option number 1. You have 11 hours and 30 minutes. Okay, which clock shows 8:15? Which is the correct option, 1 or 2? 8:15 means 8 hours and 15 minutes. So which is the correct option? Yes, it is 8:15. The second one shows the 8:15, right? The correct option is second one. Be careful, you just have to look the clocks carefully. You have to select the one that shows the required time. Like for this one, which clock shows 5 o'clock? So which is the correct option? You are given two of the options. 5 o'clock means you just have to represent 5 using the R hand. So that would be the, sorry, you can just look at the, so second one is the 5 o'clock. Which clock shows 3:45? Which is the correct option? So that would be option number 3, one that represents 3:45, right? Okay, which clock shows the 2 o'clock? Which is the correct option, 1 or 2? That would be the second one because you have to see the time, that is 2 o'clock. So that would be the second one. Okay, which clock shows 5:15, which is the correct option? 102. That would be option number 1 that represents the 5:15, right? 9:15, that would be option number 1. Which clock shows 10 o'clock, which is the correct option? 1 or 2? That would be the second one that shows 10 o'clock, right? Yes, that would be option number 1, right? You have to see 2:45. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next one is read clocks and write times, hours and half hours. So let's just start with the next lesson. Okay, what time does the clock shows? Okay, so just look at the hour hand. The shorter one. The shorter one points directly to 2, right? And the larger one, the one points to 12. So it would be 2 o'clock, and 12 means you have just 0. So it would be the clock shows 2, right? Okay, what time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, what time does the clock show? Which is the correct option? You can see the smaller hand always represents the hours, and the smaller one is the minute key. So it represents 2, and because it is pointing to 12, that means just 0. So it would be 2. The correct option is 2. What time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? The smaller hand is always the hour hand, and the larger one is the minute hand. So the hour hand is pointing to 6, and the minute hour is pointing to 12. So that means it is 6, and because it is pointing to 12, that means it is 0, exactly 6. So it would be 6 o'clock. The correct option is option number 1. Okay, what time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? Yes, it is 11. So this clock shows it would be 11 o'clock, right? Okay, what time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? The clock show 12 o'clock, right? Sorry, 10 o'clock, because the hour hand is pointing to 10. So it would be 10:00, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, what time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? Yes, it is. 3 option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is what time does the clock show? So, which is the correct option? Yes, that is exactly 9. The correct option is 9. Okay, what time does the clock show? So, which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, it is 5. The clock shows exactly 5. So, the correct option is 5. Okay, what time does the clock show? So, which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, it is 7. So, the correct option is 7. Okay, the next one is what time does the clock show? So, which is the correct option? Yes, that would be 2. The correct option is 2. Okay, what time does the clock show? So, which is the correct option? It would be 3 o'clock, right? The correct option is 3. What time does the clock show? So, which is the correct option? The correct option is 11, right? The correct option is 11. Okay, what time does the clock show? Which is the correct option? The clock shows 12. The correct option is 12. Okay, yes, that is 12. What time does the clock show? So, which is the correct option? The clock shows 6. So, the correct option is 6. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is Read clocks, read clocks and write times half and read clocks and write times. Let's just start with the next lesson. Okay, what time does the clock show? So, which is the correct option? You can see the hour hand is between 8 and 9, right? And the minute hands points to 30. So because it is midway between 8 and 9, that means it is 8:30, right? It is same distance from 8 and 9, so it shows 8:30. Okay, the next one is what time does the clock show? So you can see the hour hand is in the middle of 9 and 10, right? That means it is 9 hours and 30 minutes. It is 9:30. Let's just start with the practice question. Okay, what time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? Yes, it is 10. The correct option is 10. Okay, what time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? Yes, it is 12, right? Because both the hands are pointing on the same, so it would be just 12. Okay, what time does the clock show? Which is the correct option? Yes, it is 9. So the correct option is 9. Okay, what time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? Yes, that would be 4. The correct option is 4. Okay, what time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? Yes, it is 6. So the correct option is 6. Okay, what time does the clock show? So, which is the correct option? Okay, you can see the hour hand is exactly the midway between 9 and 10, right? And here it is 30. That means it is 9:30 because it is before 30, right? So before 30 it would be 9, so it would be 9:30. The correct option is 9:30. Okay, what time does the clock show? So which is the correct option? You can see the hour hand is midway between 5 and 5, right? 5 and 6, right? And but this is before 6, so that means it is 5:30. The correct option is 5:30. Okay, what time does the clock show? Which is the correct option? The clock show 8. The correct option is 8. What time does the clock show? Which is the correct option? The clock show 5. The correct option is 5. What time does the clock show? Which is the correct option? The clock shows 11, right? The correct option is 11. Okay, we are done with the lesson. Let's just start with the next lesson. That is read clocks and write times. Okay, no. Time words o'clock, half, quarter. Okay, what time is shown? Okay, just look at at is the hour clock points to 7 and the minute clock points to 3. That means it is 15, right? So the clock shows 7:15, right? So it is quarter 15. The fourth part of anything is a quarter, right? So it is a quarter after 7, right? If you have some time like this, 7:15, 6:15, you can say it is a quarter after 7, right? Okay, the next one is what time is shown. Okay, that is just 2 o'clock. So you can say it is 2 o'clock. Okay, just look at this 10:15, right? So that means it is quarter after 10, right? That means 10:15. Quarter after 10 means 10:15. Let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, what time is shown? Which is the correct option? You have 6 and 0 minutes, right? That means that it's just 6 o'clock, right? The correct option is 6 o'clock. Okay, what time is shown? Which is the correct option? The hour hand is pointing to 1 and the minute hour is pointing to 3, right? That means you have 15 minutes. Yes, it is 1:50, quarter after 1, right? 15 minutes means quarter, so it would be quarter after 1. Okay, what time is shown? So which is the correct option? 8:30, right? 30 minutes is exactly half of the 1 hour, right? So it would be half past 8 because 30 minutes is gone from 8. So it is half past 8. The correct option is half past 8. Okay, what time is shown? It is 5 past 15, right? So the correct option is 5 past, quarter past 15, right? 15 minutes means quarter, so it is quarter past 15. Okay, what time is shown? Which is the correct option? Okay, you can see the hour hand is pointing to 3 and the minute hand is pointing to 9. 9 means 45, right? So it is 3:45. That means you have 15 minutes to 4, right? 15 minutes to 3 because the hour key is between 2 and 3. Before 3 it is. So it would be quarter to 3. The correct option is quarter to 3. Okay, what time is shown? Which is the correct option? Yes, it is half past 2, right? Because you have done with 30 minutes, so it is half past 2. Okay, what time is shown? Which is the correct option? So it is 5 o'clock. The correct option is 5 o'clock. Okay, what time is shown? So which is the correct option? The correct option is half past 9. That is 2 o'clock. So the correct option is 2 o'clock. What time is shown? Just 15 minutes gone to it, right? So that means it is quarter past 8. The correct option is quarter past 8. Okay, what time is shown? So which is the correct option? You have just left 15 minutes to 10, right? So it would be quarter to 10. Right after 15 minutes, you have 10. So it is quarter to 10. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we're working on grade 4 math. Grade 2 math, the lesson we're working on is time. And the lessons we have covered today are match analog clocks and time, match digital clocks and time, read clocks and write time, hours and half hour, read clocks and write times, and time words o'clock half quarter. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the test questions for the lessons we did today. So if you need more help with the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday. 5 to 9. So if you have any question, you can please ask. I am here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So please ask if you have any question. Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.